Hello YouTube, this is Burdett and this is my first vlog and it's going to be about mental health. I struggled with mental health and, well, I'm no good in front of cameras, but I have something called an adjustment disorder, and I just spent 23 days in a psychiatric ward, away from everyone. Scary times, scary places, but it did make me better. And the way it works is you need to share, and that's why I'm sharing with you on YouTube, the viewers of YouTube anyway. The reason why I'm doing this video is because you have to share. If you've got a problem and it's mental health, you have to tell someone. You don't have to be afraid to be able to tell someone. That was my problem. I had mental health issues from the age of 15, and I was just scared to tell someone. And then we had a bit of a rough birth with our son, and I had to put a brave face on. I thought I was going to lose him, and thought I was going to lose my my girlfriend as well. But I had to put a brave face on for other people to make them feel better, when in actual fact I should have opened up and told the world that I'm struggling here, you need to give me some help. But there's a stigma with mental health because you can't put a bandage on it. It means that, don't mean that it's not there. I have multiple scars, multiple wounds that I've done myself to show that there's something going on in my head, that there's something going wrong, but no one can see it, so I self-harmed to show the fact that there is visible scars, visible hurts. And I was at work, and all of a sudden I took a turn for the worst. My work rang a crisis team spoke to me. I told them my problems. I went through to the A&E at Scarborough, and I was treated fairly. I was treated well. I told them all my problems. I saw maybe 5-6 people, different people, while I was at Scarborough A&E. And then from there they transferred me to a psychiatric ward, Cross Lane psychiatric ward. And at that point I knew I was going to get better. And I felt like I was getting better, and I felt like the way that I was and the things that were happening for a reason. And that reason was, when I was a young age, my brother went down the wrong path, as you would like to say, and my dad worked away, and my mum had no one to unload onto, and she unloaded her pain and hurt onto me. And at the age of 14 I had nobody to unload that pain onto. So I suppressed it, and suppressing it was the worst thing I could have ever done. So now it's led me to a life where I'm on tablets every day. I get down and I feel useless sometimes, but that's the old me. When I went into hospital I was scared. All this, oh, they'll electrocute you and all like that. A lot of it is talking about your problems, and I was a closed book. I definitely was a closed book, and that's how I felt. And now I feel I can open up, and that's why I'm opening up to you on YouTube. Anybody with mental health problems, anything, all you need to do is speak out. There's Heads Together Trust now, and that's with Prince William and Prince Harry, and they are doing their best to try and get the mental health back to decent, well, back to good standards. And the first day I went in, it was maybe about 8 o'clock at night. I'd been awake since maybe 3 in the morning. I'd ran all these scenarios over in my head, and I went in scared. I was scared. I was scared. I was crying. I was that scared. Excuse me. The way it works is they talk to you. They talk to you. They tell you. They ask you what your problem is, and obviously I told them. I was down. I was depressed. I was seeing things, hearing things, and I had a bit of a mode of a bit of psychosis. I was that I'd suppressed that much stuff that psychosis had kicked in, and I didn't think my brothers were real. I didn't think anything was real. I felt so distant from my own son because I was that depressed. I used to go to work, then just get out my clothes and jump into bed. And obviously that's not very nice when you've got a baby and a girlfriend and she's asking me what's up, and I don't feel like I can tell her. And I told her one day, I just told her, I says, things are getting too hard for me. I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things, my thoughts aren't my thoughts. I had intrusive thoughts, and that wasn't me. And it doesn't have to be you either. You can beat this. If you're suffering in silence, open up. It's the best thing you can ever do, is open up. Now I feel I can speak to people. My mum, my dad, my girlfriend. I seen my son yesterday, and we were just having a laugh. Tonight we're going to have a Chinese, and I'm back to, I'm not 100%, I'm not going to lie to you. No one, the hospital is not going to get you 100%. Only you can become 100% on your own. And although the meds help, but speaking really does help. I seen a shrink, and he touched a nerve. He touched a lot of nerves, and I was very upset. I was crying, so I didn't know I had them emotions. It feels like I couldn't show them emotions to people, because when this is what set it all off. It's called an adjustment disorder, mixed with a few other things, but I'll go into detail on another day about them. The adjustment disorder is my life was flipped upside down. Me and my girlfriend were having a baby. Yep, plain and simple. And we were over the moon. And halfway through the pregnancy something happened, and I won't go into too much detail, but we had a scare. We had a scare. We were in hospital overnight, and it felt like I was fighting for that baby's life myself. I took it upon myself. My other half was crying. I didn't cry. Excuse me. I didn't cry. I stayed strong for her, because the pain wasn't on me, the pain was on her, but the mental pain was in my head. And I should have just cried. I should have just cried. Should have let it out. Then 9 months on, this happened a few times actually. We had a few scares, and it does knock you back. And I just had to go back to work and be normal, and people asked me what the problem was, and I just told them, oh, it was just this and that, and I couldn't open up. And we had it all planned out. The birth, it was going to be natural. We were just going to be in and out and have our beautiful son, but it didn't work like that. It just didn't work like that. They found out that her waters had broken at least a week before, and she'd not noticed, and we'd had 3 internals that week as well, and even they didn't notice. The nurses, I'm not criticising the nurses. I know they do their job correctly. I'm not criticising them at all. But she was rushed in for an emergency caesarean section, and that wasn't a plan. That wasn't even a thought in my head, and that scared me. And the way that it worked was, she had a caesarean. She had something called strep B, and it turned into a blood infection. And also my little boy Grayson also got a blood infection. He was with us for the first 15-20 minutes. I had a cuddle with him, and then he was gone. He had to be taken away and put in a special care unit. And the hard thing is I thought I was going to lose my boy, but I didn't say that to her, I didn't say that to anybody. I just stayed strong, because she was upset. My girlfriend Josie, she took it hard, and I couldn't show her that I was weak. I had to stay strong for her, and that's the whole point about it. You have to stay strong for other people. When you shouldn't, you should ask for help. And to carry on that, then we had, my little boy had to have lumbar punctures and tubes in places I didn't like, and fed him through a tube, and antibiotics weren't working and all like that. And then obviously my girlfriend got poorly. We were in hospital in 12 days, and this was second day. She got very poorly. I took her to the bathroom, she fainted, she was in pain, and they said, oh, that's just the pain of pregnancy, and well, over the cesarean section. But I could tell there was something else wrong. There was something else wrong. And the day that her eyes rolled into the back of her head, and she started shaking, and I just ran for a nurse, and they gave her multiple injections, drips, tablets, Oromorph, everything. They really did do a job, but I felt like because they've maybe seen it before, they didn't show no fear, and that scared me. Like, there was no love. The thing is with the NHS now, I'm not criticising them, I love the job that they've done, they've done a brilliant job. They're not allowed to become friends with people no more. They have to just do the job, and I think that's wrong. I think if there's someone in there in need of a cry and a talk, a nurse or someone should be able to talk to them and give them a cuddle and feel like there's something there. And I should have opened up from day one about all this problems. 3 months down the line, I was admitted into Scarborough Cross Lanes Hospital, obviously, and I just felt a relief that there was someone helping me, and the women and the men in there were brilliant. Any problems, I had to talk to them, and talking really does help. And I think it should help you, anyone else with these problems. Don't matter how big or how small these problems are, they are there to help you. And that's the way they work. They helped me. 23 days later I'm out and I'm enjoying life, and I'm opening up to you, the viewers on YouTube. But that's all I have to say for today. I'll try and get on with one tomorrow, a bit more in detail. But please leave a like and subscribe and share. Just share the video, not even like it, just share the video so people can see that mental health don't have to be covered up. You can open up about it and show the world that you're hurting on the inside and there's something wrong, because they will help you. They will help you. We're not in the 1950s now. They don't electrocute you, they don't do anything like that. They talk to you, sort you out with certain medications. The talking aspect of it all is the best of it. That is the best bit of it, because I felt like I could open up. There was no judgment on what I said or anything. There was no judgments. I told them what I thought, and they said, yeah, that's fine. And they touched nerves, and I cried, and I felt like a weight had been lifted, and I felt like I was freeing demons that were inside me. But if there is anybody out there with mental health issues, even small ones, please don't be scared to stand up and just admit and tell people and doctors and they'll do everything in their in their will to do anything for you. And that's what they did for me. They helped me, and I thought I was unfixable. I had this thing in my head that I was broken from factory, but I weren't. Just I needed to open up and tell the world that I was just hurting on the inside, but I didn't know how to explain it or show my emotions. And a good cry and a good talk really does help. So don't believe they'll just put you straight on medication, because they won't. First thing they'll do is talk to you and ask you what the problem is, and try and, I know it's when the shrink sees you, it seems like he's digging deep and he's patronising you, but he's doing that for a reason, to find out what has hurt you. So on that note, I'll leave it at that. Please leave a like and subscribe and share. Share. Just share, for the benefit of people with mental health issues. Thank you.